Hi there, I'm Joe Bartlett, and thanks for watching Blue Creek Outdoors. In this video, my buddy Cody heads down to Wyoming to film another great trip with the Outdoor Dream Foundation, a young man named Landon, and my dad at J-Bar-Z Outfitters. So we had Landon on the Blue Creek Outdoors podcast to tell us about the Outdoor Dream Foundation, tell us about his hunt, and to provide a little bit of a storyline for this video.
My name is Landon Hagwood, and I got diagnosed with a rare form of bone cancer in 2019 called Ewing sarcoma. It's an organization that really targets on kids that have life-threatening diseases or illnesses. So I had cancer. There's kids in there with cerebral palsy, heart issues, heart defects. So there's a variety of kids, and basically they do anything they can to get these kids outdoors, whether it's hunting, fishing, shooting lessons, basically anything outdoors. And it's not even, obviously the hunts are a big part of ODF, the Outdoor Dream Foundation, but it's really it's like a brotherhood almost. And their main mission isn't just hunts, it's having fellowship through Christ. It's a very Christ-centered organization, which makes it 100 times better. Everybody you meet in there is like a family. You know, I've only been in there for 3 or 4 years, and I mean, it's completely changed my life. That's the kind of organization that ODF is. It's really encouraging to see all these kids come together, no matter what kind of disease or illness, and they're able to just fellowship together, have fun, eat some good food, and enjoy God's great outdoors. And in my opinion, there's nothing better than that.
I can tell you that the Outdoor Dream Foundation hunts are trips that my dad very much looks forward to every year. Not only does he love antelope hunting, but he loves taking these kids out not only to hunt, but to fish, and if time allows, take them to Yellowstone and see as much that Wyoming has to offer as they can during their time there. It's a really special organization to be able to contribute to.
And then we landed probably around a little past lunchtime in Wyoming. And we were met by your dad and Cody, and we ate lunch and kind of got to know each other and fellowship a little bit. And then we went to your dad's house, unpacked, didn't even really change into any hunting clothes or anything. I think I put on maybe like a little jacket or something. And we drove out to some of the properties out there that your dad had, and man, it was. I mean, I think we saw pronghorn from the house actually before we even left. The second I got in the truck and started seeing the pronghorn everywhere, I was like, "This is about to be fun." But we were driving around, doing some spotting and stalking. Saw a couple decent bucks. I guess nothing really too spectacular. I was working really hard on trying to get good at identifying with the difference between, a decent one and a big one. And every one I saw, I was like, oh, that looks big. That looks big. Should we get that one? And I was kind of going with your dad's lead on that one. And I think we finally, I can't remember how far it was away when we spotted it, but it was pretty far. It wasn't with a group or anything. It was by itself. And I think we finally got within a couple 100 yards of it, and he was like, "I don't know, that you might not get another one like that one. That's a pretty good one. I'll let you decide for yourself. You know, it's your hunt." And I said, I'm not here to kill trophies or anything. So I'm more than happy to, whatever you tell me to do, I'll do it." And he was like, I think that'll be a good one." I said, "Looks good to me." So we got back in the truck, got in a better position, and we got to a point where I think we were within maybe 100 yards of it, and there was a little mound, probably I would say 60 or 70 yards away from where the buck was standing. There was like a kind of a rise in the ground, and the buck was on the other side of it. It's kind of already weary of us, the buck was, and I'm like crawling, to get over there. And it was just me that went over there because they didn't want all the people kind of spooking it even more. So I finally, after probably like, I don't want to be dramatic, it was probably 3 or 4 minutes of like crawling or crouching to get there. And the buck is standing probably 50 yards away, and I'm on this rise, and I'm shaking after all that crawling, and I'm trying to get it in the scope. So I have it in the scope. I'm ready to shoot it, and it's already like, it's pretty wary. It could run at any second. I go to shoot the gun and it clicks, and I don't know how. It must have been a God thing. The buck kind of just stood there and looked at me like I was crazy. So I didn't know what was going on. I re-racked it, and after this is probably a minute, like a whole minute span. I shot it. It dropped, and that was probably within like I probably sat on that mound for probably 3 or 4 minutes. Cactuses, I had all those on my hands. I didn't have any gloves or anything, so that made it fun. And I saw it dropped, and then all the pressure kind of released, and then I was just like, let's go, So it was a really cool experience getting to share it with your dad and Cody and my dad as well. So.
Dead goat. We're done.
Perfect.
Look at that smile. Look at that up there. Look at his smile.
Yeah. Nice shot.
Yeah, he kept walking away, but also I had it on safety instead of fire.
You had it on the half safe?
You're safe?
Yeah, it's safe.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go get our hands on it.
That helped if you put on fire.
Good job. Good job. Better than I thought, Landon. Look how much higher that prong is than his ear.
Yes, sir.
That's big prong.
I'm definitely not
That's bigger than what you've been
though.
He's high 70s.
You won't hate that. Yeah, he's high 70 buck all day long.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how big.
That is a cold, big goat.
Ecstatic.
My favorite Bible verse is probably, it's a lot of people's favorite, but mine would be Philippians 4:13. I know that's kind of a, pretty popular verse, but I mean, it's gotten me through a lot of stuff. I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. So that's still my favorite one. That's the kind of organization that ODF is. It's really encouraging to see all these kids come together, no matter what kind of disease or illness, and they're able to just fellowship together, have fun, eat some good food, and enjoy God's great outdoors. And in my opinion, there's nothing better than that.